It's your girl Kim, and I just stopped by to bring you today's daily devotion. It's coming from the book that I'm reading, He Whispers Your Name, and y'all know y'all can find this book in Barnes and Nobles. But let me share this with you. I'm going to read to you July 29th, and the scripture that I'm reading from is Romans 12:6. So let's get into it. In His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. Again, that's Romans 12:6, New Living Translation. And the story behind this is going to be titled Blessing Your Neighbor. Okay, so let's get into that. I've created you specifically to accomplish things that no one else on earth can. Your spiritual gifts are unique so that you will be equipped to bless others in a particular way. You are made for a purpose. Don't compare yourselves to others. The only thing that matters is how I see you. I will orchestrate circumstances for you to uniquely use your gifts. And trust me, to bring the right opportunities to you. The paths I pave for you may not always be easy. They may present challenges that require me to do the impossible, but I will need you to trust that I know what I'm doing. I want you to lay aside your fears and trust that I will equip you to do what I'm asking you to do. All that I do is for good, even though it may not seem like it at the time. I have blessed you so that you will be a blessing to others. Just rely on my strength and allow me to work in and through you. Now listen, y'all. This hit kind of close to home because, first of all, God blesses us to be a blessing to others. And I'm just smiling and I have so much joy as I share this because this talks about, to me, it spoke to the gifts that I'm always talking about God has given me. For example, I was just sharing with a friend this morning that I didn't ask for any of the gifts that I recognize that are in my life that I operate inside of each and every day. I did not know about that growing up. I do, however, remember my grandfather saying to me that I was just like two of his sisters, Aunt Barbara and Aunt Helen. One sewed clothes, made beautiful things, and the other one baked, cooked, hand-dipped chocolate, did arts and crafts. I mean, all the things. She was a teacher, I think. And then I remember my grandmother on my mom's side, my grandmother and my mom's sister, when I would spend Christmas with them, they would go through all this trouble decorating the house, giving it the ambiance, the smell, bringing in the Christmas candy and decorating the house with the beautiful tinsel, if you can remember that, the tree with the beautiful tinsel. And then they would package gifts. They would wrap gifts, put pretty bows on them. Perfection, okay? And funny to me as I look back because I remember that we didn't grow up having a lot of money. I didn't grow up having a lot of money in my household. And so whatever my family had, we appreciated. And so all I can remember is growing up, seeing my aunts do their thing. You know, the one aunt would send birthday cards to me every year, Christmas cards, and she would always put $5, $10 in the card. I remember this as a child. And then when I got older, I remember her making clothes for me. I remember her bringing me an Easter basket with the candy that she had hand-dipped and made and things like that, and the cookies that she had made. And then, like I said, I go over to my grandma who did not have a lot of money, and they would take nothing. They would take small gifts. It wasn't any, it could have been a pack of crayons. They would put it in the prettiest package, and the presentation was amazing. So I was able to learn how to present gifts. I was taught how to give gifts, why to give gifts. I was taught how to send cards out, thank you cards, holiday greeting cards, just all those things. I was taught about relationship building as a young child. I was taught to love on people, okay? And when I tell you those were the edges of the gifts, I didn't know anything about God. I didn't know anything about a relationship with God. I didn't know any of that, but I was given the skill. I was given the gift, and I was taught from my elders how to and what to. So when I was talking to my friend this morning and sharing with him that I I didn't ask for all these gifts, but I've come to the knowledge of knowing as an adult that I have been blessed with many gifts. Why? I've been blessed with these gifts just like you've been blessed with your gifts. Why are we blessed with gifts? First and foremost, we're blessed because God gave them to us, okay? And we have to come to the understanding and the knowledge of knowing that we've each been given gifts to do certain things very well. So, yeah, LeBron James was given the gift to play basketball very well, so that he could be a blessing to his mom, himself, his family, his community. And as you know, he does lots in the community. So he's been a blessing to millions of kids, girls, boys, and their parents. So myself, I've been blessed to have many different gifts. And sometimes having gifts, I look at it like, ooh, because some people like to walk around and say, you girl, you just a jack of all trades and a master of none. I was like, scratch that. That is not the case. So I'm going to tell you today, don't let anybody tell you that you're a jack of all trade, a master of none. If God gave you a gift, he gave it to you for a plan, a purpose, and to use it. And this story, the woman who wrote the story talks about that. You know, he gave us specific things because each of us has something very specific that we can do. Like nobody else can do what God created you to do. All right. We can all be standing in the kitchen. This is one of my analogies. We can all be standing in the kitchen, have the same recipe to make the same cake, the same flavor, everything, have exactly the same tools, but guess what? It's going to smell different. It's going to taste different. It's going to feel different. The texture will be different. Nobody is the same. Not one of us. But we are all created in God's image. And we were all created to do work for him because he's not here in the physical. So he's using our hands and our feet and our minds and our hearts and our professions and our skills and our gifts to be a blessing. To who? To others. To who? To our neighbors. To who? To our kids. So let me just leave this with you. Whatever gift God gave you, okay? He sent you, brought you to the earth with, allowed you to come to this earth with. Whatever God's gift was or gifts, he intends for you to use them. So if he gave you the gift to be a good attorney, then you represent. If he gave you the gift to be a good teacher, then you teach and you love on. If he gave you the gift to be a good nurse or a good doctor, take care of your patients. If he gave you the gift to be a good auntie or a good uncle, do that thing. Y'all know what to do. If he gave you the gift and allowed you the opportunity to be a mom or a dad, do that, let me tell you, to the glory of God with as much faith as God has given you. Listen, we ask for things in the Bible, and the Bible talks about God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or imagine. So this is what we have to do and what we have to understand. We have a need, we have a want, we want to fulfill it, so we ask God. And God says, I am able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you have asked. But I'm going to do it according to your power, the power that is in you, the power that I gave you, the power that you have the ability to operate inside of. Do whatever God gave you to do with as much faith, some love, with as much faith. This is scripture. Romans 12:6 says, do it with as much faith as God has given you. So that's all I want to say. I know my story was long. If you need to hear more, come on back and see me on another day or read this. I'm not reading, but listen to this over and over again. Subscribe to my channel because I've got blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings that I want to share with you. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day. I love you. Be blessed. Take care. Be a blessing to others. Be a blessing to yourself. Be a blessing to your neighbor. And solve the problem. As y'all get into things, solve the problem. So help somebody solve their problem. Teach them, talk to them, educate them. All with as much faith as God has given you to use. All right? Talk to you later. Bye.